I think that's better. Yeah, I don't hear the echo anymore. So that's a relief.
Much better.
Yeah. Okay, nice to see everybody back. Thank you.
Much, much better.
So much better. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was. We were at the, it's still feeling. Maybe I'll make
the deposit on a soda bottle is about 50 cents.
Where's that?
In Sweden.
Oh my gosh.
50 cents is the price, but 10 of them you get $5. It's like little money. Much bigger incentive.
Well, I think they're talking about 10 cents and possibly as high as 15. Yeah.
There you are.
Sorry about that. I think they're talking about, 10 cents in Massachusetts, and Maine has it 15, depending on Maine includes wine bottles, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And I can send you some materials if you want, Olivia. And I just want to make sure everyone's kind of on board. I don't see Chris back. Chris Wisniewski. So
my only question is, I know that Mike, I mean, I'd be curious what Mike's opinion about this is, because I know one of his concerns is that, you know, the soda bottles, those kind of things, they add to the value of our plastic at the dump, and that increases our ability to get the plastic taken. It's like the high value plastic. And he has opinions about, you know, reducing the good plastic that comes into the transfer station makes it less likely that the rest of the plastic gets recycled. So I'd just be curious what his opinion is.
I see.
Well, the thing is, plastic we're trying to reduce. And though we do want to support the businesses that make it happen, you know, that do recycle, it's we also want to reduce and refill rather than.
But I mean, the deposit doesn't lead to reduction, does it? I mean, that's just another kind of recycling.
Yeah, it will help. It helps in terms of the environment.
It's landfill. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to make it so it's not getting incinerated so much. Yeah, it's an incentive to recycle and to.
Just a different stream, right? Rather than it going into the plastic recycling at the transfer station. I'm just curious what Mike would say about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's a good point. So why don't we revisit that at the next meeting? I'll send you some of the materials that I have, including the things from Maine, which is doing a great job, and Nancy has experience there. Reduce aquaculture plastics, and there's no news there. Lobster week rope news, have you heard that? There was some things on CAI radio recently about this pilot program to create or to use weak plastic rope in the lobster traps. The problem there, of course, is weak rope means the rope will break. That means more plastic in the ocean. So I don't see it as a solution at all.
No.
That's for the whales?
Yeah. And other sea creatures too that are, you know, constantly getting strangled by rope. So, and also they'll ingest it, you know, the sea creatures will ingest it if it's little plastic bits. That's another huge problem. So I don't see that as a solution. They are, I guess they're trying in a certain part of the state to have the ropeless fishing for lobsters. And that's, I think, starting this spring, they're trying that. So maybe that'll end up being the way that everyone goes in the end. Oh, look at the time. beach cleanup stations in Wellfleet and Truro. Summer 20, so that starts summer 2022. We won't really have a sense of how things go until it's in place. Reusable container survey. I'm really interested in seeing Gary's survey just to see how, what the wording is and things and how kind of questions. Because we were hoping to get a reusable container survey out to the kitchens in town, specifically at the adult community center where they provide meals every week. There's a lot of kitchens that like Meals on Wheels, but from what I understand, and Nancy had this in the minutes, a lot of the production takes place off Cape. So they're packaging it off Cape and then kind of assembling some things here and then delivering. So that might be something to address more at a state level rather than just a local level. Outreach materials, library of things, photos. So that's Chris and others working on that. Pay as you throw. We got some questions about, the mini bags, why they're not around anymore. Apparently Hillary's working on it, the health agent. And there was also the question about where the bags are sold. And one important thing to remember is if they're sold, if a retailer does carry them, like the Marketplace or Stop and Shop or Mid-Cape Lumber, that will drive some people to the store. And that's kind of the only thing that they get in return for carrying the bags, because they don't make any money from the bags. They can't mark up the bags. We got a request from CARE for the Cape and Islands. Jill Talladay was curious about Wellfleet's, Wellfleet Elementary School and whether it uses styrofoam in their lunch program. And we wrote to Claudia Cook-Crozen, who is the school nurse and works on environmental issues at the school. And she reported that no, they don't use any styrofoam. It's all washable. So that was partly because of the polystyrene ban that we have in place as part of our bylaws. The Boater's Guide, Textile Recycling Guide distribution, that's kind of pending. I did send the Boater's Guide to Will Sullivan at the marina, but I haven't heard back. I'll use the harbor master. Provincetown Independent ad. There too, I think we do have this sum of money that we can spend by July 1st. And doing an ad, I think, could be a good idea.
Excuse me, Lydia, the Boater's Guide, is that the cleaning products?
Yep, I included that page. I included one page of from the Oceana group on do-it-yourself cleaning products.
Could you send that to me? I don't know. I don't think I received that last time when you were sending it out, and I'd like to post some things about that.
Sure.
I think something like that might be interesting if we can work that into an ad. That would seems very worthwhile for
This
putting in the newspaper. Yeah.
Would you be willing to design the ad?
Yeah, let me look and see what's on that, and I'll see if I can put something together. Do we have any idea how large of an ad we would do?
Well, let me see. They have the rates on the website, and there's a nonprofit rate, which I think we would qualify for. Okay. I'm just thinking, I don't have the paper. Wait, I do have the paper. This is the art section. Maybe something like this size. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that costs, but
yeah.
Okay. Maybe it could be even shared, if it seems like it's, well, I think we probably have the funds, but it could be a shared ad, a group ad for possibly Eastham to Provincetown even. That's one thought, because that's what the Provincetown Independent in particular covers, Eastham to Provincetown.
Okay.
So I'll definitely get you that material. Yeah. Excuse me. Website and social media posts, Chris?
So I've been trying to do posts like once a week. I'm trying to get on a schedule with this. And so this past month I did bar shampoos, Earth Day cleanup, tanglers, receipts, and I just posted about the boat shrink wrap recycling, which might be another thing that we could, if we could at least put a line in about that in that ad, that would be really useful.
Right.
Yeah, I keep thinking about the boat shrink wrap. We talk about, not using plastic wrap or baggies or bags at the supermarket, and then these boats are covered with this massive amount of plastic. If we can get that going, that's such a big thing.
Yeah, that's so true.
Why can't they use just old-fashioned tarpaulins to cover their boats?
We do. Yeah.
It's a trend, I think that once this material is offered, it's effective. It kind of works. It seals the boats really well. But I know. And Carrie said that they often get reused up to 3 times, but I'm not really sure everyone is aware that they can do that they can re-shrink the boat.
Right.
And Chris, what did you say you had posted something about Earth Day cleanup, then tanglers?
Tanglers, yeah, things that get tangled up in the recycling.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So anything like, ropes or hoses or hangers or any of those kind of things.
And you said receipts?
Receipts, yeah. Receipts aren't recyclable because they're toxic, which makes since I've posted that, whenever someone asks me if I want a receipt, I'm like, no, that's okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. What is it on them? Is it some kind of coating like the thermal paper, or what's the deal?
It's
right.
It has BPAs on it, which is carcinogenic. They're nasty things.
Is it the ink or the paper?
I'm not sure. They're thermal. It's a thermal printer, so I'm not sure if it's.
I see. Okay.
It's the ink.
It might be the ink. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, thanks for doing that, and congratulations to Chris on Chamber using her Instagram post images twice. That's from Christine. I'm really pleased about that.
Yep.
Yeah. Chamber of Commerce Guide website. I don't know if we're on. We have a little page on the Chamber of Commerce website as members. Maybe that could be looked at. It's very easy to edit it, and so I can share that information as well. The Discovery map, I guess Christine saw the Orleans one, so maybe the Wellfleet one will be out soon. And we have Chris's refill Cape Cod ad in there. And then compost in the news, kind of covered more or less that in the beginning. I would like to, it's a great time of year to bring composting up. So hopefully do some things along those lines. And once we see Gary's survey too, we'll get that around and maybe that'll spark some initiatives here.
You'll have it today, Lydia. I'm going to send it to you as soon as we're off.
Super, thanks a lot.
I actually don't see us on the Chamber website. I'm looking now.
Maybe I'm thinking of AIM.
Oh, no. Oh, I was looking for the other logo. Sorry, it's got the little whale logo on it. Okay. Yeah, we need to put more here. There's very little.
Yeah.
It just has our name, phone number, website, a couple of pictures. That's it.
I think it's pretty, I'll get you I think there's a login information, so I'll get that to you.
Okay.
And now we have the minutes, the accounting report, correspondence, and we covered the committee we have 2 committee vacancies, for 2 alternates. So Nancy's minutes, did you all have a chance to read them?
Yep.
Thank you for doing those. They're very well done as always.
Oh, thank you for editing.
It's easy with the Google
Yeah.
Doc. So is there a motion to approve those minutes?
I propose that.
Is there a second?
A second. Olivia.
Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
And aye.
Aye.
Everyone's saying yes. And Thank you for that. The accounting report, it's unchanged from last month, I believe, unless for the 200 that Christine spent on the tent. And we do have the town accountant, new town accountant is in place and is very responsive, and so that's great.
Good.
More correspondence. I heard from a person who went to the Cumbies, and they used to have these coffee cups that you could put hold on a second, let me get to the email because I'm not gonna be able to tell you exactly. So they have a Ecotainer cover on a coffee cup there, but right now they're not fitting. The Ecotainer cover is not fitting the new cups. So nobody can put an Ecotainer cover on their coffee. Therefore, they are telling people to bring their own cups. That's a good thing. People can bring their own cups. I guess the coffee there, let's see what else. She wasn't sure if she can put the Ecotainer covers in plastic recycling or should they go in the regular garbage. So I replied that a lot of these containers and the coffee, there's a cover. This one happens to have a 0 on it, which means that it is compostable, but only in a high heat setting, industrial setting, not in a pile like we have at the dump, or like a compost program that would just be outside in windrows. So as I think we see that too on the Recyclopedia, that coffee cup lids are not recyclable. Mm-hmm. So besides not being compostable, many of them are not recyclable because the black ones tend to be made of styrene, rigid polystyrene. And then I haven't really seen many that are numbers 1 and 2, which are the most reliably recyclable plastics. So keep that in mind when you're going to the coffee store, and try and get, just use your reusable container mug.
Lydia, is 0 always the compostable?
No,
no.
Not. This just happens to be this brand, which is world centric.
Right, I've seen world centric a lot. I should do a post about those compostable plastics. I find them so confusing.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people look, especially the ones that look like clear plastic, and they often have green lettering on them. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people put them in with plastics because they think it's plastic, but it's compostable. This is even better, and it ruins it. It's
The Black Earth Compost Company has a really good page on what they accept and why. And so I think that would be useful to look at. Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can just quickly get that on the screen.
But that's a place that can take the municipal composting material.
Right.
Right. So most people don't have access to that. I guess, would Mike want all of that stuff in?
No,
definitely not.
Yeah.
Mike doesn't want any of that stuff.
No, it's the only products that are compostable. They must be BPI, CMA, or OK Compost certified. And that doesn't, items that say biodegradable, compostable, or ASTM 6400 alone are not accepted. That's in this company's program, but each program is different, and ours for sure doesn't accept any.
Right.
Not even the bio bags, the gas bags. They don't want those in the compost either.
I bought some underwear last couple weeks ago, and they came in like a compostable little envelope, and it said it was home compostable. So I put it in my home compost, and I'm going to report back. I'm dubious.
Good. I did that with compostable bags years ago with the marketplace before it was when it was still Lima's, and a year later I brought it to the meeting and it looked almost the same as when I put it in. So good for you, Olivia. I'm glad you're doing it.
Maybe, yes, but it says it's a new kind and it's home compostable. So we'll see.
Yeah, interesting. Was it brown paperish?
No, I mean it looked like cornstarchy plastic, you know, it was like a little plastic envelope, but it felt like maybe it was cornstarch. I don't know. I will report.
Yeah, this cup here says it's lined with PLA, polylactic acid. So a kind of plastic that's made from plants rather than the PFAS, which is what usually is a lining of many cups and containers for takeout. That'll be an interesting thing, Chris, to see that post, and also Olivia's reporting on the how that thing decomposes. Right. Any other notes? Or so it's a little bit before 12 noon. Thanks everyone for being here today.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
we'll
Thanks, Lydia. Thanks for inviting me, Lydia. Thank you.
My pleasure. Great to have you joined us. I
See you around.
I'll move the adjourn. Okay, looks like it's.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.